We are the DFPN. Always question the answers.
No Gimmicks podcast, and we bring it to you. Every time we turn live, man, you know it's the truth. Every after show, move it down. This the time to move around. No Gimmicks podcast is going down. Every night, every time in the ring. This is the time for the No Gimmicks. No, we doing our thing. What's your state of mind? State of mind. Moving down a statement when we take the line. This is exactly wrestling the state design. When you see Stone Cold like me, with the stunner in the world, exactly, man, what we bring. Every night we move like Brock Lesnar, the F5, no gimmicks. We take you to your limit, what's the feeling? When we live in the air, you know we on, that's the time. Guarantee we move, you know how we respond. The state design, the state design when we feel it. Moving down, what's the healing? No gimmicks is the feeling.
Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the No Gimmicks podcast here on the DFPN, and it's a Saturday show. We got a special show today. Before we jump in the show, two things. One, Who Runs the World? Tonight, Metroplex Wrestling. Athena is hosting a all-women show. That show is about 10 people away from a sellout. So I want to make sure we give a kudos to Metroplex Wrestling for putting on a buzzworthy event that I'm pretty sure is going to sell out by showtime. So congratulations to MPX. Congratulations to Athena. Congratulations to all the ladies on the card. They've been promoting this thing to high heaven, so I want to make sure we give them the props they deserve, man. It's amazing. Very amazing. Number two is I do want to send a shout out to Jonathan Gresham. Send him good wishes. He put on his socials that he suffered 2 strokes and had to be taken to the hospital. He is in recovery, so our thoughts and prayers with him. Get well soon. Looks like things are starting to be on the up and up, so want to continue to send positive thoughts and vibes your way, brother. Get well soon. But we got a good show for you guys today. You know, there's been a lot of newsworthy events happening throughout the week. We wanted to let this breathe a little bit so we get them a little bit more information, come to you with a good show, and that's what we're here to do this morning. With my co-host, the one and only D. Vader, the Sith Lord himself. What's up, brother? Thank you for hanging in there and jumping in on the show today.
What's up, man?
Man, there's a lot up. There's a lot up. Prices are up.
Yeah. We gotta just like let's just pull all the tomfoolery to the side and let's just go into it right now.
Let's do it, man. You know where we're going first. Let's go to the WWE. So let's jump right into the show. So WWE threw us a curveball by announcing that they are partnering with ESPN, and they're going to be bringing all of their PLEs to the direct-to-consumer app that is going to be launching in 2026. ESPN all in one place. They will be doing all the PLEs on there. They're moving it from Peacock. They're going to be exclusive to ESPN. Now, this is a monumental deal for WWE. It is a very monumental deal. They are, $375 a year for 5 years? That's well over $1 billion. A deal for them. And there's rights to PLEs. The PLEs, so I've heard, will be free on the app. But there is a subscription price for the app. Now, we'll break this down and what this means for you as a fan. But overall, D, initial thoughts on this deal and how this helps WWE.
Well, let's go like this. All right. So during the earnings call, I believe it was on Tuesday or Wednesday this week,
Mm-hmm.
the Walt Disney earnings call, CEO Bob Iger announced that they had made a deal with WWE for the PLEs for the new ESPN Plus streaming service that they're going to be offering with a price point of $29.99 a month. Okay. Um, this is actually a good move for the Walt Disney Company to acquire the rights to the PLEs with WWE because they're not making any money on their own streaming service. It's a well-known fact that Disney Plus is a failure. Okay, this is the reason why Walt Disney Company acquired the rest of Hulu. They are now integrating Hulu into Disney Plus, so Hulu will soon be phased out and it will disappear. There will
I
be
mean,
no more Hulu.
they already have like the bundle on Disney Plus, so
That
they
bundle will
they
be
already have it.
leaving. It was two separate services, and they acquired the rest of it from Comcast Universal earlier in the year, late last year. They acquired the rest of it because it was a joint venture, and they bought the rest of it to put it on Disney Plus. So if you try to go to a standalone Hulu app right now, it doesn't work. It just directs you over to Disney Plus. That was the plan all along because they have to have Hulu to hide the Disney Plus number losses. That's what they're doing. So why this works out for Disney is because they're thinking, well, what's hot right now? WWE's hot right now. People are craving their pay-per-views, yada yada yada. How it works out for WWE is they get that money, and that's all it is. They're about getting their bag. But there's been lots of people talking lately about, oh my God, $29.99, and I'm not really a sports fan, and then when we pay $29.99 for this app, okay, what else
Right.
comes on this app? It's a little bit different situation here because so remember back in the day, guys, we had something called the WWE Network, and we
We
had a
took
price
that for
point of
granted.
$9.99.
We took
And
that for granted.
people were complaining about that, saying that $9.99 was too much money. And then they actually had a free month, and that free month included WrestleMania. And people were bitching, moaning, complaining, crying, and all this. And it's like, guys, it's $10. And what were you getting on this $10 app? You got all the archived footage. My only complaint at the time, like my complaint now, is stop dubbing the music. That was my only issue. I'm like, that was my issue. I had no problem paying $9. I thought it was a great
It
service.
was awesome.
You have all your stuff in one place. You got the PLEs and all that, or pay-per-views at the time, all in one place for $9.99 a month, dude. Like, come on. We were paying like $50, $60 for WrestleMania or whatever.
Yep.
And now we're at a situation now where guess what, people? We have $29.99 for ESPN. Peacock Network. That's going up to $6.99. By the way, from what I was reading, all the archived footage from the network, that's staying on Peacock.
Yep.
Going through. It's there,
Yep.
so that's not leaving. So that's a good thing. So all you diehards out there that like to watch WCW Nitro, all that archive footage is staying on Peacock. But they are losing the PLEs. So guess what? Peacock's going up next month. Got the email the other day. $16.99 for Peacock. You got Netflix. You got the top tier Netflix plan. What is that? $20 a month, give or take?
Yep.
You want to watch NXT? Got to have the CW service, CW app. So essentially, guess what, guys? You're back to having fucking cable.
No, that's true. That's true. And when they announced that, I started tallying up. If you are a diehard WWE fan, which we'll get to that in a second, because Nick Khan had something to say about that.
He sure did.
If you're a diehard WWE fan, it's gonna cost you a lot of money to stay current on the product.
Yep.
Because they have it in so many different spots. And you're gonna find yourself in a situation where if you really want to pay attention to what they got going on, like you're spending upwards of $700-800 a year. That's just to watch the product and not even go to the show. That's just to watch the product on television. And if you go to the show, you're paying triple that because the prices are astronomical. So like I said, it's a good deal for WWE because in the long run, they're accomplishing their goal. the goal for them is to make as much money as they can. This is another avenue for them to make as much money as they can. And you have it like everything. It's almost like every show is on a standalone, bro. It really is. Everything is on a standalone service. If you want to watch one show, you got to go here. If you got to watch another show, you have to go here. If you want the library, you have to go here. If you want the PLEs, you have to go here. And it's like they're getting money hand over fist because, according to Nick Khan, the people that follow them from the network to Peacock and subscribe to it, those people will follow him or follow the WWE to every single one of these platforms. Well, and that's what they're banking on.
Here's the issue with that. So the issue with that statement is that we had no choice but to follow from the WWE network to Peacock. Yep. We had no choice. But all of the fans around the world didn't follow because they still had the WWE network internationally. That thing is still a standalone service. So they never lost the WWE network. Matter of fact, let's just be honest and transparent here. Not all the content that was on the WWE network ended up on Peacock. It did not. Right. So that's one of the big flaws right there. It did. Just like, okay, so with Peacock, they took off Monday Night Raw once Netflix acquired it. They removed all episodes of Raw from Peacock. Netflix hasn't updated that shit at all. Nope. They have not updated any of that content. So there you go with that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like with me, I'm subscribing to Peacock. I have been subscribing to Peacock for a couple of years now since the migration over. And yet you say, okay, technically Peacock is the WWE network, yet I don't have access to Monday Night Raw anymore. I can't go back and watch all those episodes of Raw from back in the day because it's on Netflix for whatever reason. So I think that's a breach of contract because it's supposed to be the WWE network that offers all the archive footage. They don't have that anymore because Netflix has Raw. Right. It's a bunch of crap. And I think that this here, honestly, it's going to fall back in their face because this is a breaking point. $29.99 is a breaking point, especially for a service that does. If you're not a sports fan, let me read this to you right quick. It says ESPN will launch its previously announced direct-to-consumer streaming service on Thursday, August 21st. Yep. Okay, so it's going to have on there the college football, NFL, U.S. Open tennis, volleyball, field hockey, WNBA. It's eventually will have UFC, WWE. So it's got a lot of stuff on there. But if you're not a sports fan, you're not into all of that. There's no reason to have this situation. There's no reason to even have this app. Because if I'm not a sports fan, which I'm not a sports fan, I am not subscribing for $29 for this bullshit. It's not happening. So when Nick Khan says, well, they'll go right over. Our fans will do it. All the marks out there, they'll go right over. Well, they'll pay what we want them to pay. We can charge $50, $60 for this, and you guys will pay it because you love this content. Fuck that.
But no, you bring up an interesting comment, and that's the international audience because they still have the WWE network. I'm wondering how this deal will affect them because essentially, if you move that content from wherever it is to ESPN, what happens with the WWE network internationally? Does that go away or do they still keep it? And this is another thing that they don't really be transparent about, right? And it's like the network's been existing still internationally, so you can still log on to the WWE network internationally. Just in America, you don't have that option.
So you gotta do is change your VPN.
Well, yeah, true, but not everybody knows that. Not everybody is privy about a VPN these days. You know what I mean?
People, change your VPN. You can get anything you want to.
What's a VPN, D Vader? How do I get a VPN?
Oh, well, Google is your friend.
Yeah, but it's like, come on, man. Like, and I feel like America's the only one that's really suffering over this one. It's because you have it so many different places. But if you're abroad, all you got to do is get on the WWE network.
We've been suffering since they announced that they were leaving to go to Peacock. To be honest,
this is true.
But I've noticed, in the last couple of months, they have really been migrating the classic content over to YouTube. So I think that this is something that they've been talking about because they have a WCW Vault channel. They have a WWE Vault channel. They've been doing more with the classic content, and that's one of the things that Vince McMahon wanted to do back in the day. Is he says I bought all these damn videos, and you guys aren't doing shit with them. Yep. So they've been banging out content lately on the Vault. It's one of my favorite channels, the WWE Vault, WCW Vault.
Mine too.
They put out this whole.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say they put out a lot of just banger footage stuff I've never seen. They put up a thing the other day I saw of Hulk Hogan, unseen Hulk Hogan footage, and it was the director's cut of the Bash at the Beach heel turn. So you actually got to see it when he dropped the leg, and it was like, why are you guys not putting this out there like different angles, just seeing the crowd reaction from different angles, like not the TV version? You know what I'm saying? It's like it's crazy. Right. Just the amount of heat in that building when that happened, because you actually can see it without all the fancy audio that they done to it and the commentary, all that. It was crazy, man. Yeah, it was crazy shit. And they just released another match today. I saw it was Hogan versus Andre from Shea Stadium with Classic Freddie Blassie.
Released that?
Yeah.
Wow.
With Classic Freddie Blassie as the manager, and Hogan it's a young Hogan with Classic Freddie Blassie. Dude, Vince McMahon is the ring announcer.
Wow, I'm gonna go watch that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
He slams Andre.
Yeah, I know. That's the first time he did it. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people slammed Andre. If Andre likes you, he lets you slam him.
Yep. That's crazy.
Yeah. You saw the video I sent you the other day from SummerSlam '98.
That was awesome. That was awesome. The behind the scenes footage.
Yep.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was like stepping back in time.
Oh, it was.
It really was. And I like that the Vault does that. And you're right. The Vault's becoming one of my favorite channels too.
Yeah.
It's because you can go and look at stuff like that, and they're just casually releasing it, and it's awesome. And I like you, I'm like, they are doing this, and I'm wondering if that's the model that they're going towards, is monetizing the archive footage, getting the money out of that, and then you get your PLEs on the ESPNs. I can see them doing that, and it makes sense for them to do that, get that money.
Well, here's the thing, and this is one of the biggest complaints on the WCW Vault channel, is that they keep releasing WCW Monday Nitro, right? They'll like, okay, so for instance, one of the things that they've been doing, which I appreciate, right? They every Saturday, like today, they're going to release an episode of World Championship Wrestling. So they're kind of doing them in chronological order, and they're releasing them at 6:05.
I love it.
Every Saturday on the network, on the WCW Vault channel, they do this, right?
Right.
And then, but here's the thing: all these episodes they're releasing, they're all on the net. They're already on Peacock. So that's the catch-22. They're releasing them in chronological order, certain shows, but then other shows, and people have a speculation that it's because of Benoit. That's how they're like, it's not because of Benoit.
No,
Benoit has been on the network since the inception of the network. It's not Benoit. It's just they want to do things differently. Because here's the thing: you can always go and subscribe to Peacock if you want to watch all the episodes of WCW Nitro chronologically. You can watch them all. They're not doing that on here. This is basically giving you a sample. And you're right; they are monetizing that content. They're making a shit ton of money off the WWE, the main WWE channel. They're making a shit ton of content, or a shit ton of money. They're making a shit ton of money off the WWE Vault channel, and they're making a shit ton of money off the WCW Vault channel. And they're saying, people say, well, why isn't there an ECW Vault channel? Haven't gotten around to it yet. Pretty sure they're going to have one eventually.
You know it's coming. Yeah, you know it's coming.
But they've been posting ECW stuff on the WWE channel. I don't know. I just don't know if there's a demand out there for the ECW content. I would think that there is. I mean, that's some good shit, man. Like, I don't know why they haven't released that channel yet. They could easily make an ECW channel right now, and just because what they're doing is migrating Peacock stuff that's already done and just bring it over to the network. And I saw a comment here that says, "I want my Legends Roundtable back." Yeah, the Legends Roundtable on the network, which was originally, if you guys remember, was originally on, I believe, WWE 24/7.
Yep.
That's good shit. They actually have all those episodes on Peacock. They have those roundtables, but my God, the roundtable, Legends roundtables, I don't know if they'll do them ever again, because You know, it's just they talked about some controversial stuff on those shows, man.
Yeah,
Especially
they
the
did.
one of the episodes I loved was the one with it's called The Soul of Wrestling. Was with Teddy Long, Tony Atlas, and they talked about a lot of racial stuff that went on in the business and all that stuff. So it's pretty good shit. But overall here, it's going to be an interesting experiment to see if WWE can actually draw fans over that are going to be willing to pay that $30. My take is you'll probably have some people out there that's going to pay it because they don't know any better. They're going to pay it. It's not that important to me.
According to Nick Khan, he's a firm believer that WWE's audience is loyal.
Well, you're basically telling your marks.
Basically.
That's what he's saying. Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm not a mark though. I'm not going to pay that. I will if I need to catch up on it.
They love him.
Listen, WrestleMania to me, WrestleMania lost his luster when the Undertaker lost his streak. So ever since then, WrestleMania has not been the same to me. So I don't care about WrestleMania, to be honest. Like it's not there for me. It's none of the shows are. It's just not.
What gets me is SummerSlam this year should not have been a bigger deal than WrestleMania, and I feel like it was.
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Yeah, definitely. And it should. You're right. It shouldn't have been
it shouldn't have been a bigger deal.
That I think with Cena and Rhodes, they had something to prove in that match at Mania, or excuse me, at SummerSlam. And that's why it was a better match than the one at WrestleMania. They really had something to prove. There was no Travis Scott interference. It's like, my God, that nightmare is over with the Cena.
Let's get into that. The Cena heel turn. It's over. Guys,
like Mac just said, I'll get my PLE updates from YouTube. Exactly, bro. Yep. That's what I'm talking about. Because they're going to post this shit. As soon as the match is over, they're going to post little clips up there or whatever. I'm like, oh, okay, I know what happened. I mean, we got different sites out there that we'll go to go get the results. I'm not paying $30 for that shit. I don't care.
Hell yeah.
Especially now that I know the Royal Rumble doesn't mean nothing. Why am I going to pay for it?
There you go. Exactly. But yeah, guys, let us know what your thoughts are on this WWE ESPN deal. Then let us know. We're about to jump into another topic. Let us know your thoughts on the John Cena heel turn. D, I'm gonna open up this one. The John Cena heel turn experiment, and I'm gonna correlate this to what we're seeing right now.
Yeah.
The John Cena heel turn, I felt like when he did it, cool, but it's way past due. He should have turned heel long before that. I get you want to end your career as a heel before you go out. Somebody may have thought that was a great idea. The execution was good. The execution afterwards did not like it so much. I felt like there was high and then we went way too low. Then you started to see him start to turn towards the face. You can see the face turn coming and he turns, and thank God it's over. The heel turn, the heel run itself, I don't want to say it was underwhelming. It could have been done way better, though. It could have been done way better. And then I'm going to correlate this because I felt like at SummerSlam, we should have got a double turn. And we're facing this type of thing with Cena with Cody Rhodes that we did with Cena. Is Cena did not want to turn, he didn't want to turn heel. And the people revolted against him because of that. For years, they revolted against Cena because he would not turn heel. And people wanted him to turn heel. And, you go to Super Cena, which you heard the chants at SummerSlam. People remember Super Cena. The man that beat all the odds, won all the big matches, right? Was the hero in every situation. And it ad nauseum, bro. People did not like that. People did not like that. So now you're in the situation with Cody. Cody, I felt like SummerSlam, first of all, I felt like WrestleMania would have been the perfect time for Cody to turn heel. Didn't do it. right? I kind of gave up hope until this last. When I saw John Cena turn face, I was like, oh, maybe they may actually pull the trigger on it. And Cody was starting to lean into it a little bit. After SummerSlam, I'm back off the train, bro. I'm like, he's never gonna do it because he's in the Cena boat. He's like, I want to be the hero. I want to be the good guy. I'm playing the good guy. I'm gonna stay that. Now, whether that works out for him remains to be seen. But if there's ever a time that he's gonna turn heel, my fear is he's gonna be in the same boat that John Cena is right now, and that's that. People did not like this heel run. Yes, it's cool that you go out, you be a heel on the way out. That's fine. But people did not like this heel run. And it's primarily because he waited too long to do it.
There's so many different factors into why Cena's heel run was just a complete failure. It just didn't work. And the main culprit of this is The Rock. The entire story
I would agree with that.
Of why he turned and his connection to The Rock and why they did it. And if you look at the WWE Unreal show when they're putting it together, Rock was a major part of that angle and was supposed to be a major part of that story moving forward. So when you take away The Rock out the story, it doesn't work. It's almost like Hulk Hogan turning heel and then Hall and Nash leaving. And it's just Hogan as a heel. But we're supposed to be the NWO, but there are no outsiders anymore. So why am I heel? That's kind of what you would get with that. You know what I'm saying? And once again, the John Cena heel turn, it should have happened in 2010 when Nexus was there. That was a time when they could have really done the heel turn. I agree when the heel turn happened with John Cena, it was shocking. It was they did it correctly. Travis Scott, I still say, should not have been there at all.
Agreed.
But I think that when you have, just real quick, just go back to Hulk Hogan. Okay, Hogan was getting booed in the WWF in like the early 90s. By 93, people were tired of Hulkamania. Hogan took the same act and went down south to WCW with it. And then what happens? 95, they're booing the shit out of him because they're sick and tired of that change. So it's kind of like the same thing you see with Cody and Cena. They were tired of Hulkamania, right? So then Hall and Nash get down there. Hulk Hogan was reluctant to turn heel. He didn't want to do it. He had a lot of endorsements and all that type of shit. So he realized what would happen if he did it, but he did it and it paid off. He took the risk of doing it. Right. Cena wanted to turn heel. Vince did not want to turn him heel. Vince saw the investment and like, we can't turn John. We can't do it. Same boat with Cody.
Yep.
Cody could have done something epic at SummerSlam, which would have been the double turn, which would have been like he leaves that night as the champion, and he's the heel, starting a brand new, exciting, edgier Cody Rhodes, brand new programming, something different that we can see here, and they didn't do it because I think they're afraid to turn him. Like everybody, you got to realize, you had Hulkamania running wild, then you had Super Cena running wild. Now you have the American Nightmare running wild. This is where we are. Everybody is trying to be Hulk Hogan. And that big babyface run where, I'm doing it for the children and all that shit. And it's like, dude, that is cool, but eventually it gets tired, it's going to run its course. Yeah. I'm sorry. Cody Rhodes just doesn't have the range of Hulk Hogan. He don't have the range of John Cena to be able to keep pulling this off. He's a heel. He just don't know it.
I agree with that. And anybody that looks at him would be like, "That's the bad." When they were doing the match, and Cody's demeanor during that match was every bit of a guy that needed to be a heel. He just didn't do it. It kind of reminded me of WrestleMania 18, Rock versus Hulk Hogan, right?
Yeah,
he had the opportunity to turn in that match, and I don't think he really took the opportunity to do it. It was there. The crowd was against him. The crowd was squarely in Cena's corner. Like, they had it. And for whatever reason, he didn't pull the trigger on it.
And that's the thing with The Rock, too. Like, Rock was good at reading the room with stuff. And he read the room in 2002 when they were booing him. Okay, and then he came back. Remember, he came back. No, actually, I remember it was on SmackDown. Vince McMahon announced that The Rock would face Hulk Hogan at No Way Out in Montreal, and then we saw The Rock, and it was the Hollywood Rock. It was the starting of Hollywood Rock, and he came out there and he had turned heel, and he kind of gave the fans a choice. You know, I'm either going to be a babyface or I'm going to be a heel. He went heel. Hollywood Rock was one of the greatest things I ever saw. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
Wrestlers nowadays, for some reason, they don't want to take that risk of doing it. They don't want to take the chance of doing it. I mean, look what happened with Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns was out there as a heel, or excuse me, as a babyface for years, and nobody dug Roman Reigns. It's like, oh, we're pushing this dude down, you know, your throats, whatever. It wasn't until he turned heel that now you appreciate him. Now you appreciate the OTC. That's what it is. You have to become a great villain in order to become that great babyface. Cody has not ever become that great villain. That's the thing. So it's like it's his babyface is not organic. He hasn't done anything to say you're that top guy, you're the Babe Ruth, you're the Hulk Hogan. What have you done? Like, okay, let me ask you a question, Black. What is Hulk Hogan? What is Cody Rhodes' WrestleMania 3 moment?
Oh, it's a good question. It's a good question. Now, you could say the WrestleMania 40 was his WrestleMania 3 moment, him finally winning the championship. You could say that.
Was it though? I mean, is it something that they play constantly over and over again?
No, it's not.
Right.
It's not. So
that's what I'm saying. You're not on that level.
That's a very good.
I've seen him as a heel. We've seen Cody as a heel. We saw it with Bullet Club. We know what he can do as a heel.
Right.
Why he's not doing it, I will never know.
No, I agree with that. Very much. And oh man, you just touched on something.
I usually do.
You just touched on something. That's a very good point. That is a very good point. So most of the moments Cena has one. Most of the moments they end up on the openings. He doesn't have one of those.
This dude says Cody's heel tattoo is the best. Oh my god.
Oh, put your Cash App up there. Somebody's asking.
I don't have access to that.
Somebody's asking. But yeah, most of those moments they usually end up on the openings, man.
No, hold up a second, bro. You know the biggest heel tattoo ever in the business was Undertaker's Sarah tattoo across his throat.
Yeah, you're right. Then he covered it.
Yeah, covered it. Like, man, fuck her.
That's hilarious.
Oh man, he says dashing Cody Rhodes is an underrated run. Hey,
it is. It is.
That's what I'm talking about. That's where I'm like with Cody. Like Cody, you can be a heel.
A great one.
Let me ask you this question: when you look back at Dustin Rhodes, let's look back at Dustin Rhodes in the WWF when he was out there trying to be Dusty, talking with a list, and let's go all the way to when he was the natural Dustin Rhodes in WCW. Did you think that guy could be Goldust?
No.
Right. He had range. Where's Cody's range? And it's not I'm not burying Cody Rhodes.
No, because
Cody. It's I want to see. I want to see something different here. You said you coming out there made in the USA.
We're gonna have to admit something that I don't think even Cody wants to admit. We're gonna have to admit something. Vince was right about that Stardust gimmick because it brought out the evil nature of Cody Rhodes. It did. Really did. Did you freeze on me? I bet he did.
We both froze.
Oh,
Did I freeze?
yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, damn, the damn thing froze. I made the comment about made in the USA, and all of a sudden I freeze. I'm like, what's going on here? Like, damn, it's really an American nightmare going on here. I'm sorry, Lord Cody.
But yeah, Vince was right about that Stardust gimmick, man, because it brought out something in Cody.
It did.
The current version of Cody isn't here without that Stardust gimmick, and I think that was Vince's point. Because
though?
Not because he's done it. He's done it to other people, most notably Mark Henry. Because Mark Henry really had nothing going on, and then for whatever reason, Vince brought out the Hall of Pain version of him.
Yeah, but see, I don't know, because Stardust was a failure too. If you're not, if you're
Stardust
not,
was awful.
if you're not feeling it, then it's not going to work. I mean, it's so different than what is it? Terry Taylor being a Red Rooster,
right?
Me personally, looking at the Red Rooster, his tights and everything back in the day, I always thought it was like they were ripping on Ric Flair. That's what I always thought. I mean,
I can see that.
Yeah, I mean, he's out there. But you remember he was out there be doing this bullshit, like with that damn red tip mohawk. And it's like, yes, this is crazy shit, bro. I mean, was that Vince McMahon bringing out the best in Terry Taylor? Because remember, Terry Taylor says that he was supposed to be Mr. Perfect. It was supposed to be a box of gimmicks, and he chose he was supposed to be Mr. Perfect. Did you see Terry Taylor as Mr. Perfect?
I actually could.
Ah, shit, man.
I actually could. Now, the Kurt Hennig version, no, I can't see that at all.
There's only one Mr. Perfect.
Yes.
There's only one Mr. Perfect, and that's the late, great Kurt Hennig.
Yeah. That version, no, I couldn't see Terry Taylor being that. But his own version, I think he could have made it work. It's all about making it work, man. That's really what it's all about. Now, for Cody's effort, what he did with Stardust, he did the best he could. Was he miserable? Yes. But did it force him to become something else? Yes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It forced him to, I don't know. I just because that did lead him to leave the company and to go out there on his own. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I know the potential Cody has as a heel. We saw that.
He
did on the Indies. I mean, Cody did a lot of vicious shit on the Indies as a heel.
Cody's Ring of Honor run was probably the most vicious he was. Yes,
right. And then remember when they played the video when he showed up in New Japan as part of Bullet Club? He was sitting there, kind of like a mafioso type with the cigar and black and white video. And all. Remember when Bullet Club was cool?
Yep.
What happened to that, man?
I don't want to talk about it.
Right.
It's a whole show.
Hey, Jeff. No yeet.
All right, before we move on to AEW.
Wait. Trevor Ryder says Curtis Axel was underrated. And yes, you talk about like flop, bro. You talk about like somebody that had potential. Oh my God. That right there, Curtis Axel. Why not just call the guy his real name? Joe Hennig. We're going to do Curtis Axel. We're going to have your grandfather and your father.
We've learned from one other individual that does not work.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe Hennig was underrated.
Joe Hennig would have worked. Like, I know they do Brian Breaker, but Brian Steiner, my gosh,
I do like that, and this is probably a preference thing for me because I don't mind Braun Breaker. I don't mind the name, even though I know he's a Steiner. But I do like the occasional reminder from Paul Heyman, like, this guy's a Steiner, right? You know what that means, right? I like that occasional reminder because it keeps it fresh in my head. Like, it's Braun Breaker, but of course the man he's a Steiner. You know what I mean?
Well,
I like that.
That's like having Randy Orton out there, and he's not Randy Orton. He's Randy O. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
get it.
I prefer to be a Steiner because every time the guy goes out there talking, you can hear Rick Steiner talking.
You can hear Rick Steiner clear as day. You know what?
Exactly.
I was looking at old clips of Rick. He actually looks like a younger Rick. He actually does. It's just Rick had a beard.
Yeah.
He looks just like his dad.
Yeah.
And sounds like his uncle.
Yeah. That's crazy, right? Somebody needs to tell Braun Breaker to do the Steiner Matt promo.
He did one time. Yeah, he did. Yeah,
I gotta look that up.
Yeah,
he did. You know who's the best out there in impressions though? Karrion Kross.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Is my favorite impression of him is Jesse the Body Ventura.
Speaking of Karrion Kross, there is some headwind out there that he may have signed a deal.
Okay.
It may not come out publicly, but there's some rumblings that he actually did. I don't know that for sure. He actually went on a podcast yesterday and said he wasn't signed yet, but he was hopeful that he can get a deal done. Now, Jeff is in the comments saying that he resigned. I don't know that for sure, so I'm not going to come out and be like, yes, he resigned.
If he did, that's cool. I mean, I'm not going to never knock nobody for getting their money. If he did, cool. I just don't think he'll ever be really utilized over there. But at the end of the day, you can either be utilized or you can just make money.
That's weird to me because he's perfect in that system.
He is. He should be a damn superstar. He should be. Remember when the guy he came back and they were giving him that kind of push? He was like, we thought he was going to do something with Roman Reigns, and it didn't happen.
Right.
It's like, why is this guy? You know, why when they did the Seth Rollins injury angle, why wasn't Karrion Kross put into that role of kind of intercepting and taking over, infiltrating Rollins' faction?
I don't know.
Why is he not part of the faction?
I don't know. And it's like he's there, he's available. So
just like Trevor's saying right here, wonder why WWE haven't re-signed Matt Cardona. It makes no sense. That's a head scratcher there, especially since his wife works there, and she's actually one of my favorites. You know, Chelsea Green. So I don't know what it is with Matt Cardona. Like Matt Cardona's been busting his ass for years on the Indies. And he can't get a job with WWE. Like they're not looking for him, and that's just crazy. I'm starting to think there may be there's some heat there somewhere at WWE.
I don't know because he's been everywhere, man.
Except back home.
He's been everywhere. He's been TNA recently. He's been AEW. He's been all over the independents.
Yeah.
But can't get signed. I don't know what that is. And as much as he's worked and got his name out there, he's the hottest thing on the indies for sure.
Yeah.
Like when an indie show comes around, I saw him at GCW. The crowd loves this guy. I don't know why he's not signed anywhere. Can't put a finger on that one.
It's just weird, man. That's a weird thing.
That is a very weird one. But he can pop up occasionally in TNA, which they have that relationship with WWE, and that's as close as I've seen him get.
And Trevor is right. He was always underrated, and guess what he did that the WWE didn't like? He got over on his own.
He's doing the same thing Karrion Kross is doing.
Yeah, he got over on YouTube. He made his own championship, the internet championship, I believe it was, something like that. He had his own shit, and he got over, and they don't like when you get over. We've seen this several times. When you don't fit into their mode, when you don't fit with WWE, that system of we'll make you a star, they don't like that.
No, at all. And that's crazy. That's crazy to me. And it's always been that way. It's like if you get over without the machine, the machine frowns at you. I don't get that logic, man. I really don't.
I don't understand either.
It would make me want to
thought we were
push
there
you
to make
more.
money.
Yeah, that would make me want to push you more.
But some people have such major egos in the business where they don't like you going outside the box and doing stuff on your own without some of that creative behind you, some of that terrible garbage creative. And we know after watching some of the WWE Unreal, it's garbage creative.
I don't know, man. It's just, I don't know. I can't put fingers on that one. Honestly, I got nothing. Hopefully he'll get signed. I don't know.
So. Well, and another thing real quick I want to bring up, going back to John Cena before we close out the segment, is I don't know if everybody caught this, but a few days before, I may have mentioned it, I don't know. I may have mentioned it before, I don't know. A few days before Cena did the face turn on SmackDown, he actually posted on his Instagram, which I follow, a picture of Darth Vader with Leia. That's what he posted. And people were like, why is he posting a picture of Darth Vader on his Instagram page? It's because he's about to redeem himself. That's why he put that picture there. Cena puts shit, and then the next picture after that was a baby face. Literally a baby with a baby face. So,
and what's funny about that is the movie it referenced, and I was like, that's what made me think double turn. Honestly, I was like, oh, here we go.
Well, but see, there's no double turn there because Vader saved Luke, so there is no. He's redeeming himself. There is no double turn,
right?
You know. But once again, The Rock. Why it's fought? It's The Rock. Rock can say all damn you want. Well, I think the final boss's arc was done. I think I've done my part there, and it was no. You were the catalyst behind it. You were the catalyst behind it. So,
like, you told us some awesome stuff was coming, and then you left. It's just like,
right.
Shut your mouth and enjoy the ride the Rock is taking you on. Rock exits the ride. Right after saying that.
And it's like he's known to come in to mess up creative and dip out. It's like,
I don't like this here. All right, peace.
Yeah.
All right, before we go to AEW, let's address the elephant in the room because we gotta. Brock Lesnar back in the WWE. People up in arms. And real quick, before we dive too deep into this segment, I'm just gonna put this out here in the open. Everybody that complained about this, I saw commenting on Raw the next night. So y'all got some soul searching to do, bro. Like, come on, man. Come on. Yeah. If y'all gonna be social justice warriors, don't stand on business. You know what I'm saying? Stand on the business. Now, me, when I saw him come out, I thought immediately one thing. And that is, I gotta be realistic about it. Yes, his name is in the Janelle Grant documents. Or it alludes to him. I'm not even going to say his name is in it. It alludes to him. People piece together that it may have been Brock Lesnar. Okay, cool. What you guys have to understand is if Brock Lesnar shows up on WWE television, it's been cleared by WWE legal. There's nothing anybody else can do about that. They cleared it. They got the okay. He's on television. All right? I understand people want to feel a way about it. Also, number two, you have to keep in mind that it is a civil case and not a criminal case. That gives me some pause and be like, all right, cool. It's a civil case. There's no criminal charges up against them. It's really just court of public opinion. And I'm not here to persuade anybody to feel whatever way they want to feel. However you feel about Brock Lesnar showing up on television is how you feel about Brock Lesnar showing up on television. I'm simply here to say this. If Brock Lesnar shows up on television then on SmackDown last night, there should have been some follow-up, and we didn't get that. So now I'm automatically like, why did Brock Lesnar show up on television? Because it makes no sense. That's the only thing I'm out of this whole thing. I'm just keeping it wrestling. Like, all right, he showed up. Are we gonna get Cena versus Lesnar? All right, I guess that's how they want to end out the run. No problems with that. But we didn't get that. So now I'm like, what was the point of it? It was pointless because we're not going to get that. Are we going to get Cena, Brock Lesnar, and Cody again? Because pretty much don't need that either, unless you're really just trying to push Cody to another level, which you don't really need to do that either because he's already up there. So a lot of it doesn't make sense in that regard. But if I take all that other stuff away, I don't have a problem with him showing up. But for everybody that does, I want to remind you, tonight, there's an all-women's pay-per-view, Metroplex Wrestling. Go to twitch.tv/Metroplex Wrestling. Subscribe for $7. It's less than a Peacock subscription. You can watch this show. You can comment. It's going to be a lot of awesome wrestling tonight. And that's how I'm going to plug this show. Frank D, I'm gonna leave the floor to you.
I mean, my thing is this, man. It's like Nick Khan said, innocent until proven guilty. If there's no criminal case, there's nothing to talk about. Oh, but Nick Khan, if that were the case, why did Enzo lose his job? What's the guy that just had something happen, domestic violence with the girlfriend, and it was proven that she was actually the perpetrator? The
New Day dude.
Yeah, forgot his name.
I forgot.
Odyssey Jones.
Yes.
Why hasn't he been brought back? It's been proven that he didn't do anything. Why is that?
That's a very good point too. That's a very good point.
But Nikki Bella was brought back, but she was the aggressor. Huh. That's funny how these things work. It's crazy.
That's a good point. Great point.
So here's the thing. With Brock Lesnar, I'm still trying to decide out what he did that was so wrong. You guys do realize that we wouldn't be hearing about any of this shit unless the girl had got her fucking money. Period. She didn't get her money. So that's why this thing blew up to what it was. Vince McMahon was a fucking idiot. You should just pay the bitch off. Period.
I ain't gonna go that far, but
if you do, no, but it is what it is. It's not going too far. It is what it is. If you doing some bullshit, and you at the stature that you are, you doing bullshit, and you can afford to pay it, bruh, and you ever signed an NDA, why you need to pay the money? You didn't pay the money. That's the reason why we know about her. We didn't know about her prior to this. You didn't pay her, and that's what it was. Am I simply saying what was going down is right? No. But I'm sorry, is she over the age of 18? Is she a consenting adult? She was going along with it, right? I mean, call it fuck it is. It is what it is. Like, I'm not. They're all wrong. They all in some. In my opinion, they all in some fuck shit. That's how I look at it.
Fair enough.
I mean, I ain't gonna sit up here and be like, I ain't one of these simps. I ain't one of these social justice warriors. I gives a fuck.
Fair enough.
Now, when it comes to Lesnar, hey, they want to bring him back. That's the hot commodity right there, bro. You can't keep Lesnar on the sidelines for too long. And bottom line, people out there complaining about it, your motherfuckers will be watching next week. Period.
That's what I'm getting at.
That's what it is. I came on this podcast, says, you know what? I ain't messing with WWE no more. I'm going all AEW. I'm not. Yeah, that shit lasted about 3 days.
I like the honesty.
That's all I can be on this podcast. I'm truly a guy that's a fact. I don't give a fuck, bro. Like I'm keeping it 1,000. I don't care. I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. You can't cancel me because I ain't. Who the fuck am I? So I can say whatever I want.
That's a fact, though. It's like people just love to talk, man, and it's like,
yeah.
And what was wild is like I was seeing people like say certain things and then like talk about the show the next day, and I'm like, come on, bro, come on, dog, come on, dog.
Yeah, it's
Being
like,
like our truth.
what y'all
Come
complaining
on,
about?
dog.
Oh, hold on. That's what. Let's go with that right quick. Our truth, bruh. What happened with that?
You
You
know
talk
what
about.
You know what
You
happened
talk,
with that.
yeah, I guess
You know exactly what happened with that.
that's you haven't seen it yet. So they did a segment last night on SmackDown with John Cena and our truth, and it was kind of funny. But Cena kind of turned around on him and says, "Oh man," he's like, I was kind of worried about you there. He's like, you started acting weird for about 5 months. You're being real mean to everybody. You changed your hair. You made the kid cry in Brussels. You said you were going to ruin wrestling like that was ever going to work. But I'm glad to have you back. And that was the end of the segment. So basically, you kind of retconning everything that happened like it didn't happen. Cena was worried about R-Truth because R-Truth changed. Back to our regularly scheduled programming.
You know exactly what happened.
Yeah, I know.
And stop doing
I thought
this.
they were going somewhere. I thought they were going somewhere. I knew
Stop
it was
doing
bullshit
it.
when they. I knew it was bullshit when he went from Ron Killings back to R-Truth, and he's been doing more R-Truth than Ron Killings. So I'm not gonna hate on him. Like, Ron Killings, get your bag.
You know exactly what
I just
happened.
wish they would have had done more. Just like I wish they would have done more with the New Day. The heel turn for the New Day. The heel run has been trash. It's trash. It failed. There was no follow up to anything with that. They had so much momentum when it started, and now they're with Grayson Waller.
I'm gonna say something, and I don't mean any harm by what I'm about to say.
Okay.
But it's like everyone that they've turned heel, it hasn't worked.
Yeah.
It just hasn't. For whatever reason, it has not worked. And that's across the board. That's from Cena to R-Truth. If they've turned heel, it hasn't worked. And I'm wondering why. Is it the people? And does the crowd love the people too much for them to turn heel? Is it the execution afterwards? I don't know where to put my finger at on it. But it's like if you turn heel, it ain't gonna last long. Or it won't be as impactful as them as a face.
It just we're seeing it constantly with Seth Rollins. It doesn't matter what Seth Rollins does, they still cheer him. They say, "Oh, change the song." It doesn't matter. They'll still be doing the damn song if they have it or not. It's just there's just no story that connects. They don't care. Here's the problem. They have done a very good job of putting everybody in a gray area where there are no true heels, there are no true baby faces.
Right.
And that's why it fails. They're gone are the days of Ric Flair's a heel. You know he's a heel. Hollywood Hogan is a heel. You know he's a heel. Macho King's a heel. Jake the Snake Roberts. 1 second on him. When Jake the Snake Roberts turned in 1991 with that whole thing with the Ultimate Warrior, okay, and then feuding with Macho Man, Jake the Snake changed everything. He went from carrying the python snake to a fucking cobra.
Yep.
Okay. He went from having the cool music to trust me. Everything about Jake changed. You knew Jake was a bad guy. We don't have that nowadays. There are no characters anymore in wrestling. There are none. People say, well, why is Missy Iguana so over? He's a fucking character. That's why. He's something different. Everybody just looks the same. It's like anybody can be a wrestler nowadays. There is no characters anymore. Jey Uso, he has morphed into a character. Yeet. That's him.
True.
He has morphed into that character. Naomi, she's morphed into her character. There are people with characters. Rhea Ripley, she's morphed into a character. Charlotte Flair is now in her own now. She's coming into her own as a character now, which she had not done previously. She's more comfortable as a babyface now, which is crazy. Those are characters. You got Penta. He's a character. America, what's it called? Grande Americano. It's a character.
It's a fact.
We don't have characters anymore to care about. Everybody's in a gray area. There are no heels, there are no baby faces, and that's the problem. So when someone turns finally, okay. Yeah, I still like you though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Yep, very true.
And what the hell happened to Solo? Why is Solo a comedian all of a sudden?
He's morphing into a character.
More phenomenal.
It's morphin' time.
Hey, speaking of that, they just launched a new where did I see this at? Was it Spirit Halloween has a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Morphin what's it called? The belt with the fucking that damn thing they have with the power coins. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
They got one of those belts. I'm thinking about buying one.
Oh, okay. Bet.
Yeah, because I collect shit like that because I'm a nerd.
We're all nerds for something. It's fine.
Well, we are. I mean, fucking nerds for wrestling, marks. Okay, I'm a Star Wars mark. There you go, Power Morphers. There you go. My guy right here, Christopher Lovejoy, Power Morpher. That's what it is. I did not forget that quick. It's Morpher time. D. Vader. Then I,
Stop.
put the fucking thing on. Fucking like, I'm gonna stop you, Rita Raposa.
Oh my God. All right, let's move on, man. We got AEW to talk about. Here we go. All right. The Hurt Syndicate has become a topic of conversation.
We hurt people.
Here's another instance though, right?
Yeah.
So on the other side of being a heel, they are playing the heel phenomenally. And we're in a situation now where people are rumored to not like the way they're portraying themselves backstage.
Oh shit. Oh my God, I saw that. And you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me about all the wrestlers in WCW that used to complain about the NWO. Did you ever hear those stories?
You guys
Paul
are
and Nash
too
would
cool.
say,
Yeah,
you guys are too cool. Like, oh man, we're going out there trying to be baby faces, and the NWO's taking all our heat. What the hell? that's the complaint that you would always hear. Is like it's the same shit with the Syndicate. And I've actually talked about that on the show. Are they heels or baby faces? Once again, that gray area. I know they're supposed to be heels, but and they were healing it up with MJF. But I can understand why they would be.
they're cool.
They're cool heels.
Yeah,
that's the problem. Cool heels.
Here's how this show is gonna come full circle, right?
Yeah.
because yes, they do everything that you're supposed to do for a heel. Is it the audience? Because the audience loves the Hurt Syndicate. They love the song. They love how they come out and they just dominate. The audience loves that, but they are heels. Is it the audience? Is WWE's audience starting to mimic AEW's audience? That's the ultimate question.
I don't think so, bro. It's been a constant thing in wrestling for decades. Stone Cold Steve Austin was a heel, and they were cheering, and that's what Austin 316 organically grew.
Yeah,
Kevin Nash as Diesel turned heel, and he was still
I think people loved him more as a heel when he turned than they did.
Well, yeah, because he says, he says, if you have a black glove, I'm gonna give you a high five.
I'm riding with you,
because I know you ride with me.
Yep.
But then eventually he stopped doing that black glove shit, So it's the audience. The audience is fickle because they know what they like. They don't like the white meat babyface anymore. They like the heels. They like the bad guys. It's like it's okay. Let me go right here with Star Wars, right? Are you if you were in the Star Wars universe, Black, would you be a Sith or would you be a Jedi?
Honestly, I'd be a Jedi.
Okay, so I would be a Sith because I like the bad guys. So that's kind of how it goes. People they gravitate towards what's wrong. You know what I mean? They gravitate towards what's because the bad guys are usually cool. They break the rules.
Right.
That's where you got the syndicate. The syndicate comes in and we're gonna hurt everybody. And we don't give a damn what you are. We don't care if you're
I can
a baby.
respect
And
that,
that's
though.
the thing. When they attacked FTR with Cope, that's a babyface thing. But then MVP says, we are in the business of hurting people. It doesn't matter who you are. So, okay. Then you're confusing the audience. Are you a babyface or are you a heel? That's the problem.
So, yeah, I get that too. And it's kind of like we're not bad, we're not good either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Christopher. Yeah, that's real quick. Christopher. Yeah, I would also be a Sith. Jedi have too many. You're damn right, bro. What's up with this no attachments bullshit? I want all the attachments. Fuck you talking about? I want all the attachments.
Bad.
I get sidetracked. Read the chat.
Nah, shout out to the chat today because they've been on one. I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's like with those Hurt Syndicate, the audience loves them. So what are the people backstage to do? Like, that's not their fault. It's not their fault. They're out there, they're playing the heels, they're healing it up, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. It's not their fault that the crowd loves them for it. It's really not.
They're the only ones on the roster that look like superstars. That's it. There's only a few people there that look like superstars. Syndicate, Cope, Christian Cage, pretty much all the WWE guys, they look like stars. The AEW guys have to jump up to their level, and they can do it. I know they can do it. Because AEW wrestlers consistently put out the best wrestling on the TV every week.
Every week in, week out, yeah. And now they're getting to a point to where their stories are starting to match the wrestling.
Right. And the only one over, in my opinion, in WWE that puts on a performance that is consistent every time is Logan Paul. Whether I want to admit it or not. He does.
No,
the guy delivers in the ring. He delivers in the ring. He delivers on the mic.
Yep.
Logan Paul is Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre are the best heels they have in WWE.
Yep. Agreed.
Like they are. There is
the work
no
he did
redeeming quality
Yep.
about Logan Paul. There's no redeeming qualities about Logan Paul. There's nothing redeeming about Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre is the biggest heel asshole troll they have in WWE. He finally found his way. He went from being the chosen one to what he is now. That's what you do. The only thing I want Logan Paul to do is, can you please change the color and stop coming out looking like a damn bumblebee? That's it.
Nah, but the work they did with Jelly Roll and Randy Orton, I was like, that respect. Nothing but respect. Because they did a phenomenal job. But yeah, and it's like unless the crowd organically hates you nowadays, it's gonna be tough.
It's like so. Christopher in the chat says it's creative's fault. They need to build a monster babyface to feed them to. Yeah, the monster babyface is Hangman Page. That's where I'm like, why did they end the Syndicate and MJF so soon? That would have been that right there would have been MJF. If it's me writing the story, I'm building towards MJF cashing that contract in on Hangman. Then you start that war between Hangman and the Syndicate. When MJF wins the championship, that starts the internal beef within the Syndicate of the almighty Bobby Lashley wanting that title. That's what I would have done.
They kind of hinted at that on Dynamite too, yeah. But I like your idea. I really do.
Yeah.
I really do. But yeah, and that's so I want to give AEW some credit too, because this is like the most negative thing that's come out about them in a while. For their part, they've kept their head down. They've focused on them and their stories, and it's starting to show. They actually got a bump in ratings this past Wednesday. A big bump, actually. They're starting to come back up. So I want to give them some credit and some kudos for the stories that they're putting out, and just keeping their head on the grind, man. They really have some intriguing stories right now.
Oh no, I like I told you before, man. One of my favorite acts in AEW, of course, is the Syndicate. But I'm also dealing, or should say, digging FTR and Stokely Hathaway. I think that is a perfect combination.
Oh, they are money.
Yeah, perfect combination there. I'm digging that. I can't wait for them to finally get the story going with Christian Cage and the Patriarchy. Because that's going to be good when they started. The beatdown of Christian Cage, I think that finally is going to like knock some sense into his ass to, because he was flubbing that promo, but then he kept saying, I'm doing business here. So I think the promo went a little too long in certain, spots when he did that promo.
Me too.
But I get the story they're trying to tell you. Eventually it's going to be him and Copeland coming back together as a tag team, giving the fans what they want.
Yep.
That's good shit, So AEW has a lot of the upswing, and WWE has a lot going for them as well. It's just telling a good story, keeping the fans engaged. I think that both can do that. It's just one of them is just overpricing their audience.
Yep.
I believe that.
Yep. I believe that too. And hell, who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, and I believe that too. The Joey Roll, Logan Paul feud will go into a WrestleMania in a singles match. I can see that happening.
I can see that happening too.
Joey Roll got my respect because Joey Roll came in, respects the business.
Yep.
Went out there and worked hard, took the loss because he felt there's no way an outsider should come in and beat a wrestler. No. And then I saw something the other day where it said that Mike Tyson was pissed off when Floyd Mayweather beat the Big Show because he says that should not have happened. So we'll see where it goes. So he said he wants the match. He wants. He said he wants that
men's health
covered by March. Yeah, it could happen.
Yep. So yeah, man.
But what do you think about real quick when we talk about the Syndicate though? The other issue was they're talking about MVP has heat because MVP is basically not letting the Syndicate drop the belts to FTR. They want to drop it to younger teams, and so basically that's the rumor and innuendo is that MVP has backstage heat, and I'm like, look, man, I think MVP is protecting his boys. He's protecting the Syndicate. That's what he is. I'm not sure if he's our actual manager or whatever, but he's playing the politician.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm with that. I'm going
to tell you one of the tag teams he mentioned. I would make a case that they should, because he didn't want to lose to Jet Speed, that's the rumor. He didn't want to lose to Kevin Knight and Speedball Mike Bailey. Which
suppose he has an issue with Speedball Mike Bailey.
He kind of squashed that. They both of them kind of squashed that in the video.
Good. This is how bullshit gets out there.
Yep.
People
squash that shit immediately. So
people running their mouths about shit that they don't know anything about, and there could be an ulterior motive of trying to sabotage the Syndicate, trying to sabotage MVP. There's shit like that. There's wicked ass people in this world that do shit like that want to stop your momentum. They want to stop you because you're successful.
Yep.
They want to put a bad stigma out there about you. We haven't heard anything as far as the Hurt Syndicate having any kind of issues in AEW.
None at all.
And all of a sudden, this story came out of nowhere. So I'm calling kind of bullshit on this story.
Yeah, me too. And they kind of squashed that rumor, both of them, in the video. And if that rumor is true, one of the teams that they said was Gates of Agony. And Gates of Agony, I kind of agree with them on that. If I'm MVP and that is what he's saying, I can make a case. Gates of Agony has been doing a lot of work. They've been in a lot of positions, and they've worked their way slowly to where they are now starting to find relevance. If I really want to make them a legitimate, credible tag team that people should fear because they should be that, then losing to the Hurt Syndicate will give them, at least being in a program with the Hurt Syndicate, will give them a lot of credibility. Plus, you kind of run this thing there with Ricochet right now. Ricochet, the history with the Hurt Syndicate, you can run that story and it'd be a credible story. So I would be like, hell yeah, let Gates of Agony come in, have Ricochet have something to do with it. You have a nice little program between those two, and if the tag titles need to change, it's a credible change. I could totally go with that.
So I'm gonna put this out there as my idea real quick for what I think they should do in AEW real quick. So I think that with the Syndicate, I think the Syndicate needs a fourth man. Okay, if you can't get Cedric Alexander for the Syndicate, there's two prospects in AEW that can take that role.
There's only one.
One of them. Well, I got two.
Okay.
One of them is Jay Lethal, who is not being used.
Okay.
Jay Lethal can be in that role. The other one is a guy that should have been in the Syndicate a long time ago who fits the Syndicate, Powerhouse Hobbs.
That's mine.
Okay?
That's
now,
mine.
On the flip side of this, you want to define the Syndicate as true baby faces. Let's stop the bullshit. Let's stop the crap, right? Okay, fine. Here's what you do. You take MJF, hook him up with Soapy Hathaway, hook him up with FTR, bring back Wardlow. You have now reintroduced
the Pinnacle. Yeah.
Pinnacle versus the Hurt Syndicate.
Yep. And it works.
That's what you do. That's the Pinnacle versus the Hurt Syndicate and their War Games match. I forgot what it's called.
Blood and Guts.
Blood and Guts. Yeah. Their War Games match. Hurt Syndicate versus the Pinnacle. Because now
I like that.
MJF's going to want some kind of revenge. The Syndicate don't fuck with me. So I'm going to bring back the Pinnacle. And me and Wardlow, we squashed our beef. Wardlow, who don't you like? I don't like Powerhouse Hobbs. There you go.
I like that. I like that a lot. Love that. Somebody please call Tony. Tell him to make it happen. This one's a free.
Tell Tony Khan. Tell Tony Khan that the dudes on the No Gimmicks podcast, we can work creative. Okay, I can work creative while I'm doing my helmets. You know what I'm saying? While I'm in the garage standing, my 3D printed Vader helmets I'm working on, I could be typing creative and giving ideas, shit like that.
Oh man, I mean seriously.
Oh, I'm dead ass.
All right, man. Let's wrap this up. Let's get.
I appreciate that, Jeff.
Yes.
Jeff says he's calling right now. I
Please.
appreciate that.
Yep. On behalf. Thank you. All right, man. Let's wrap this up. Final shots and thoughts. All right. Why you doing that? I'm because mine's always on the couch over here, and I'm like, I'm gonna do it. Oh, that's funny. But final shots and thoughts, man. Once again, tonight, 7 p.m. If you bought a ticket, the meet and greet is free for you. So if you already have a ticket, 510 Harwood Road, Bedford, Texas, MPX is doing Who Runs the World, all women's show. I mean, from top to bottom, it's all women. So please get your tickets. I think they may have sold out by now. I know they had like 10 an hour ago. They may have sold out. So, which is awesome. But if there's still tickets available, please go check. Please get your ticket. Get in the building. If not, twitch.tv/Metroplex Wrestling. Go watch this show. We are a sponsor of the show, but beyond that, it's going to be an amazing show. There's a lot of amazing talent that are going to be on the show. Go tune in. We already have some people in the chat. Thank you, CJ, for going and tapping in. But yeah, man, tap in tonight. It's going to be an amazing show. Couldn't be more thrilled to be in the building for this one. But yeah, man, this has been a lot of buzz around this show, and I'm really anxious to see what they're going to be doing tonight.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you to you, Black, because you have been doing incredible work with MPX, helping to put them on the map and bringing a lot of their wrestlers on this platform. And that's the thing with No Gimmicks is always willing to do business with the independents, because the independents are the future. You're seeing tomorrow's talents today, and that's like dead ass serious. So we do a lot on this platform to put them over. So, much love and congratulations to them on success. 10 tickets left from a sellout. That is unbelievable.
That's crazy, bro.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
And it's not costing you your mortgage to go to the show either.
No.
You ain't got to worry about, damn, do I eat tonight or do I go see MPX? You don't have that problem. So that's a good thing, and I'm all for that.
Tickets are really affordable. There's not a bad seat in the house.
Right.
The crowd is always great, and I know it's gonna be a great time. I can't wait.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and that's a great thing. And women have proven that they can go out there and do just as much as the men do. They have just as entertaining matches as the men. So go check them out. I actually went to all female wrestling show here. What was it? 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
We went.
It's funny you bring that up because I was actually they have those matches on YouTube. So go to Mission Pro Wrestling.
Mission Pro.
Go to Mission Pro Wrestling on YouTube, their YouTube channel. There's a lot of matches. I went back and was looking, bro. We sponsored a lot of matches. A lot of matches. I was looking. I was like, dang, we did a lot, and it was awesome. And then, like, if you look at Mission Pro Wrestling's Thriller, you could see us on the screen, just like looking at the matches. It's awesome, man. But man. That's what tonight reminds me of, and was talking to MPX Matt Andrews about like what this means for women's wrestling, because it's been gone for a while. And me and you went to this show. You know how fun that show was, man, and and what it meant to the ladies to be a part of something like that. So for it to come back, and then for it to have as many eyes as it has on it, it's incredible. It really is incredible. I'm really proud and excited about it.
Well, we're seeing this here in the business where people are saying that Evolution 2 was a great pay-per-view. Will they do a second one? Doesn't sound like it. But, I mean, women can do it. Yep. We've always had strong females in wrestling.
Yep.
Go back and look at Sherry Martel.
Yep.
Go back and go back. Okay, you know what I'm saying. So, hey, much love and respect to them, and hopefully they have a successful show. I mean, like I said before, 10 tickets away from a sellout if they haven't already sold out. That is unbelievable. That's like walk up shit. You know what I'm saying? So, that's great for them. I got nothing else to add except you people already know the deal. Okay, it's hot as hell outside.
Yes,
right? and let's keep our pets on the inside. And let's keep our pets off the pavement because, hey, listen, it's hot outside. That pavement is hot. You want to go out there and walk barefoot? You fucking moron. No. So, let's keep it inside. Let's set an air conditioner. Help control the pet population. Have your pets spayed or neutered. And don't forget, long live the empire.
All right, man. I got nothing else. You got nothing else. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Tickets left as a dude said 4 tickets left as of 4 hours ago. 4 tickets, people. If you're in the area, go buy those 4 tickets, bro. 4 fucking tickets are left. Go support.
Go buy them.
Women's wrestling.
Yes, please.
Go do it. Go buy them. It's like the NWO back in the day. You say, buy the shirt. Buy the tickets.
That's it for us, guys. Thank you for tuning in to episode 101 of the No Gimmicks podcast. Until next time, you guys be safe. Take care of each other. Enjoy what you're gonna enjoy. Peace.
And I know it's all business. We give them no gimmick. Yeah. And I know it's all business, all business, all business. We give them no gimmick. Yeah. And I know it's all business, all business, all business. We give them no gimmicks, gimmicks.